As a person with diabetes, I spend an unfathomable amount of my day subconsciously thinking about carbohydrates and consciously thinking about carbohydrates, whether I'm counting them or avoiding them or using them to save my life in a moment of the day. It's impossible to be diabetic and not think about carbohydrates. Everything I'm going to talk about in this vlog can be found in Chapter 5 of my book, Your Diabetes Science Experiment, and you can find my book at livinginprogress.com. When you eat carbohydrates, you probably already know those carbs are broken down into glucose, and that glucose enters your bloodstream. But it doesn't stop there. From there are actually 3 things that happen to the carbohydrates you eat. Number 1, they're used instantly for energy. Basically, your brain needs a second-by-second delivery of glucose all day long in order to function, operate, think, make decisions, move. You've got to have sugar in your body. Treating a low blood sugar is a great example of when your body instantly uses those carbohydrates for energy. And of course, even though your body is using those carbs instantly for energy, you gotta have insulin on board in order to actually utilize that glucose. So considering the fact that your brain needs second-by-second delivery of glucose in order to function and think straight, it's not hard to understand why we feel so crummy when our blood sugar is too high or too low. Imagine when you're having a high blood sugar, all of that glucose is just sitting in your bloodstream, festering, and it makes you feel irritable, tired, depressed, and it's because your brain isn't getting what it needs. And the same goes for low blood sugar, but in different ways. This time, the sugar isn't even there. It's not sitting in your bloodstream. It's sitting on the counter in the shape of an orange. And your brain really needs that glucose. So when your body doesn't need all of those carbs instantly for energy, then those carbs are used as option number 2, which means they're stored as glycogen in the liver and your muscles. Basically, that glycogen is like a backup source of fuel for your body and your metabolism when you aren't getting energy from food. When your body needs more glucose for energy, it tells your muscles and your liver to release some of that glycogen, convert it into glucose, and then your body, with the help of insulin, takes that glucose where it needs to go. So your liver can actually store the most glycogen, because even while you're sleeping, your body needs a second-by-second delivery of glucose, and it's going to get that glucose from your liver, from the glycogen in your liver. We also use that glycogen when we're in between meals. Between breakfast and lunch, between lunch and dinner, you use that glycogen for fuel, for energy, for your brain to operate, for your body to function. Storing glycogen in your muscles is just as important. Basically, when your liver has taken the glycogen that it needs in order to fill its glycogen storages, the rest goes to your muscles. Muscles need a steady storage of glycogen because without it, they would break themselves down. They would become what's called catabolic, where that muscle eats away at itself. So when you eat a really high carb meal, some of it is going to be used instantly for energy. Some of it will be stored as glycogen in your liver and your muscles, and the rest is going to be converted into fat and stored on your body. Are there things you can do, though, to prevent carbs from being stored as fat? Yeah, there are. By controlling the time of day you eat carbohydrates, by how many carbohydrates you eat every day, and, of course, not eating a lot at once, because your body doesn't need a lot of carbs at once. If you're storing carbs as body fat, that means your body didn't need those carbs. For more about carbohydrates and how and when and why to eat them to benefit your body, check out my book, Your Diabetes Science Experiment, which you can find on livinginprogress.com. Thanks for watching.